Hello dear students, welcome back to online classes session number 2 of Unit 5 Air Compressor Applied Thermal Engineering 15 MA 52T. So dear students, in this session we are going to learn the basic concept and the working and the construction of single stage reciprocating air compressor, and also you can understand the basic performance calculation of the positive displacement compressor, that is reciprocating air compressor. So in which we are going to learn how to find out the work done for the different process like isothermal process, isentropic process and a polytropic process. So we are going to solve the simple numerical based on the work done for the different types of processes. And after completion of this, one can know what is how to draw the schematic diagram for the reciprocating air compressor, and what is the main basic working principle of the single stage reciprocating air compressor, and also the performance calculation of the reciprocating air compressor. So before going to start the session number 2, let us highlight what we have discussed in the previous class, that is session number 1. So dear students, in the session number 1, we have undergone about the basic function or need of the air compressor, that is compressor means which is used to compress the air, that is atmospheric air, from the low pressure to the high pressure, with the help of the movement of the piston up and down motion. And here the air we are using as a working medium, it is called as a air compressor. And this compressed air, it has been utilized for the different application. And also we have discussed about where the air compressor has been used, that is applications of the air compressor. So as we have discussed, mainly the air compressor have been used in pneumatic devices, that is pneumatic hammers and pneumatic spray, pneumatic drills. These are the pneumatic purpose we are using the air compressor. And also this air compressor have been used for painting purpose, that is spraying the painting. So there also we are using the air compressor. And also this air compressor have been used for cleaning the vehicle. And also this air compressor have been used for supercharging of the IC engines and sandblasting purpose. So many applications of the air compressor we have discussed in a previous session, that is session number 1. And also this air compressor are used for filling the air into a tube, that is what you say two tire tubes, that is bicycle tubes, or vehicles, 4 vehicles. So they are also, it is used to fill the air in a tube. So these air compressors are used. And also we have discussed about the classification of the air compressor. And the air compressor has been classified into 2 categories, that is reciprocating air compressor and rotary air compressor. In the reciprocating air compressor, further it has been classified into several categories, types like the single stage, double stage reciprocating air compressor, and single acting air compressor, double acting air compressor. In rotary air compressor, we have discussed about the classification of the rotary compressor. Again, it has been further classified into 4 types, that is lobe type rotary compressor, vane type rotary air compressor, centrifugal compressor, and that is screw type, that is what we tell screw compressor, and also axial flow compressor. So these are comes under the rotary compressor. The basic difference between these two is reciprocating compressor, we are using the piston cylinder arrangement, but in rotary compressors we are using the rotary element to compress the air. So in this session, we are going to elaborate about the reciprocating air compressor. So before going to the construction and working principle of the single stage reciprocating air compressor, let us classify the reciprocating air compressor. So these reciprocating air compressor are classified into 4 categories. One is single acting compressor, double acting compressor, single stage reciprocating air compressor, and double stage reciprocating air compressor. So what do you mean by single acting and double acting reciprocating air compressor? So single acting means if you admit the air and deliver the air from one side of the piston only. So what you are doing? so we are using only one side of the piston, and from that one side of the piston only, so we are sucking the air and we are delivering the air. That is compressed air, which is called as single acting compressor anta ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Double acting compressor means, so here what we are doing, so we are drawing the air and delivering it from both sides of the piston. So what you are doing, so one side and second side piston ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. So one ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, air ಅನ್ನು ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ simultaneously from the other side the air will be get discharged, and again from the other side the air will be get going to suck, and the first side the air will be get delivered. So simultaneously from both end of the piston the air will be getting admitted and the air will be getting delivered from the other side, which is called as double acting compressor anta ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. And what do you mean by single stage reciprocating compressor and the double stage reciprocating compressor? The name itself indicates single stage means for compressing the air from the low pressure to high pressure. So what we are doing, so we are using only the one cylinder, which is called as single stage reciprocating compressor. And double stage reciprocating compressor means double, or it may be named as the multi-stage reciprocating compressor. Multi-stage means, so more than, if you use more than one cylinder, so then it is called as multi-stage reciprocating compressor. What we are doing here, for compressing the air, so we are using the number of cylinder. It may be a 2 cylinder, or it may be 3 cylinder, or it may be more than 3 cylinder. So it is named as multi-stage reciprocating compressor. So now we will move to the construction and working principle of a single stage reciprocating air compressor. How it works? So here see here, so mainly the single stage reciprocating air compressor works on a principle of, what is that? The pressure difference. So on the principle of pressure difference it will works. So you see here, compressor means it is used to compress the air, and the medium what we are doing, so what the working medium we are using the air. Why it is named as a reciprocating? So because the piston is going to move up and down motion, so it is called as a reciprocating. And single stage means, so here we are using only one cylinder, so it is called as a single stage. So it is named as single stage reciprocating air compressor. Clear? So now you can see the working, that is construction parts, what we are using. So this part bottom surface is called as a crankcase, and this is a crank, and this is a connecting rod, and one end or small end of the connecting rod is connected to the piston, and the big end is connected to the crank, and the piston is going to move in a cylinder up and down movement. And at the top you can say this is a cylinder head, and this is a delivery valve, and this is a inlet valve. So inlet valve, so the air will be going to suck, and from the delivery valve the air will get discharged. Yeah. And the another important is, so when the piston is moving up and down motion, so what happens? The friction will be generated between the cylinder surface and the piston surface. So due to this, what happens? There is increasing in the temperature will be rises. The rise in the temperature will be occurs. So due to this rise in temperature, so there is a chances of damaging the cylinder head, or you can say the cylindrical surface. So to avoid this, so what you are doing, so we are providing the cooling jacket this side. So ಈ ಸೈಡ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮದು ಕೂಲಿಂಗ್ ಜಾಕೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಕೂಲಿಂಗ್ ಜಾಕೆಟ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟಾಪ್ ಹೆಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಕೂಲಿಂಗ್ ಜಾಕೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟು ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ದ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ ಹೆಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಸೈಡ್ ವಾಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದ cylinder. So and also to reduce the leakage of the lubrication oil also, so we are providing the liquid, that is the cooling jacket from the top and also side we are providing, right, to cool down the high temperature. And now see how it works. So basically it works on the principle of pressure difference, and it consists of the two stroke, one is the suction stroke and the delivery stroke. First we learn the suction stroke. Suction stroke ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? In suction stroke, at the beginning the piston is at the top dead center. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ the piston ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಟಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, that is top dead center ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So when the piston is moves the downwards, slowly downwards, so what happens? The vacuum will be created inside the cylinder. That is, the vacuum pressure will be high compared to the surrounding atmospheric air. So due to this vacuum, so what happened? The inlet valve will get opens and the atmospheric air will be sucked inside the cylinder at a constant pressure. So slowly, the volume of the cylinder will be going to increase, and at this point, the delivery valve will get closed and the piston moves at the bottom dead center. And now in the suction stroke, at first cycle, now the piston is at bottom dead center. In next cycle, what happened in delivery stroke? The piston is going to move from the bottom to top. So while moving from the bottom to top, whatever the atmospheric air inside the cylinder, it will get compressed. And here the inlet valve will get closed, and due to high compressed air, so this delivery valve will get open and this atmospheric air will get discharged, or the compressed air will get discharged and get stored into a pressure vessel. So this is how a single stage reciprocating air compressor works. Clear? The thing is that in suction stroke, the piston is moved from the top to bottom and inlet valve will be open and delivery valve will be get closed, and due to high vacuum at a constant pressure, the air will be get sucked into a cylinder, and delivery stroke the piston is moving from the bottom to top and the inlet valve will be closed and the outlet valve will be open. So through this outlet valve, the compressed air will be get delivered and get stored into a pressure vessel. So this is the working principle of single stage reciprocating air compressor. So next we will move to the work done by a single stage reciprocating air compressor with clearance and without clearance. So if you see this graph, so this is the PV diagram and the TS diagram. The pressure is drawn on the y-axis and the pressure is drawn, that is volume is drawn along the x-axis. And from this figure one can say the point A and point D are not closed. So not closed means it is a open cycle. The reciprocating air compressor works on the open cycle. It is not a closed cycle. Open cycle means after completion of the one cycle, again the fresh air will be get drawn from the inlet valve and again it will be delivered to the delivery valve. After completion, again the fresh air will be going to enter into a cylinder through the suction valve. So for every cycle, so we are going to use the fresh air inside the cylinder. So it is called as a open cycle single stage reciprocating air compressor. Now here. So if you see here, the point A start. So the working principle will start from the A. A means now the piston is at top dead center. That is suction agateli. So when the point A moves at a constant pressure, so you can see the volume is going to increase. So that is here in this portion the suction will be get creates and atmospheric air will be get stored into a cylinder at a constant pressure, or you can say adiabatic process. And from B to C1 or B to C and B to C2, all these are the three processes: isothermal, polytropic and isentropic. So these under these processes the work is going to done, and from the C1 to D or C to D or C to D, so what happened? The delivery stroke is going to adopt. That is C2 in the D the piston is moving from the bottom to top, so the volume is going to decrease, and the point D is nothing but so where the compressed air is going to deliver through this point and get stored into a pressure vessel. Again the fresh air is going to enter again at a constant pressure. The volume is going to increase. The suction stroke will be suction cycle will be happen in the AB, and C in the D delivery stroke. So between these the work will be going to done through isothermal process or polytropic process or isentropic process. So let us see the nomenclatures. The P1 is nothing but the initial pressure, V1 is the initial volume or suction volume, and T1 is the initial temperature, and P2, V2, T2 are the final temperature, final volume and final P2, that is pressure. And compression ratio as you know, it is a ratio of the pressure at the outlet valve to the pressure at the inlet valve. That is P2 by P1 be compression ratio and it is denoted by the R. Right? So if you want to find out the work done for the isothermal process, so what we are doing, so we are taking the area A, B, C1, D. Each area so work done will get for the isothermal. Polytropic work done and find out ಮಾಡಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ so we have to consider area A, B, C and D. So this much area so we have to consider for finding the work done. For isentropic process we have to find A, B, C2 and D. So this much area so we have to consider for finding the isentropic process. So let us see. Work done during the isothermal compression means, so we are considering the area A, B, C1, D. So this one A, B, C1, D. So this is the area for the isothermal process, right? So A, B, C1, D ಯಾವ ತರ ಬರೆಯಬಹುದು ನಾವು? So like this you can write down area of A dash D C1 C dash plus area C1 B B dash C1 dash minus area A dash A B B dash. ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ area A B C1 D ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. So put all the equations. So finally what we will get, so work done for the isothermal process we will get in terms of 2.3 mRT1 log R. R means P2 by P1. So dear students, so just remember in examination or for the our syllabus, so we don't have any derivation. So if you remember, so what is the work done for the isothermal, isentropic ಮತ್ತೆ polytropic formula ನೆನಪಿಟ್ರೆ so it's enough, right? So there is no derivation for the examination as per your syllabus. So now the work done for the isothermal process is given by 2.3 mRT1 log R. R means P2 by P1. So next for the polytropic process, so that is PV raised to n equals to constant. So n means that is polytropic index ಅಂತಂತೀವಿ, and this we are finding by considering the area A, B, C, D. And if we put the values, so finally what we will get, so we will get the equation 1 and 2, that is n by n minus 1 into P1 V1 P2 by V2 divided by P1 V1 minus 1. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, so ಈ equation ಅಲ್ಲಿ so ನಾವು P1 V1 ಅನ್ನು ಕಾಮನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದಾಗ so we will get this one. So we will get the work done, so we have to put the value of V2 by V1, right? So for polytropic process ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, so PV raised to n equals to constant, that's 0.1 and 0.2 ನಾವು ಯಾವ ತರ ಬರೀಬಹುದು, P1 V1 raised to n equals to P2 V2 raised to n ಬರೀಬಹುದು. So here so consider V2 by V1. So V2 by V1 separate ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, so we will get P1 by P2 raised to 1 by n, and similarly so V1 by V2 ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ P2 by P1 raised to 1 minus n ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So ಈ V2 by V1 ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು so equation 2 ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು put ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ so ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, so this we will get, right? Put V2 by V1 or V1 by V2 put ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ equation 3 ಮತ್ತೆ equation 4 ಅನ್ನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So from this equation 3 and equation 4, so this 2, so it is used for the finding the work done, right? So this formula is very important, right? That is n by n minus 1 into mRT1 P2 by P1 raised to n minus 1 minus 1. ಈ formula ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ for finding the work done for the polytropic process. And next isentropic process ಕೂಡ same. So work done for the isentropic process ನಮಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ so finally what we will get, so this formula we will get, so this one, so gamma divided by gamma minus 1 mRT1 P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 divided by gamma minus 1. So what is the main difference between these two? So the work done for the polytropic process will be same, and gamma ಕೂಡ same ಇರುತ್ತೆ, just instead of n so replace the gamma formula ನಂದು same ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So see here the n divided by n minus 1 ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ gamma divided by gamma minus 1 mr T1 P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 divided by gamma minus 1. ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ for finding the work done for the isentropic process. So gamma value for the air, so it is 1.4 ಅಂತ ನೀವು ತಗೋಬಹುದು. In a simple numerical problem, if you are not given the gamma value, so you can take the gamma value for the air is 1.4. Sometimes he may give the CP value ಮತ್ತು CV value ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, so ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು gamma ನೀವು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. That is gamma